4 years ago, I built a rocket that took me to the moon. It's where I've been ever since. So far, it's been pretty great, but one thing sucks. There's no place to get a good pizza. Luckily, the Moon Store carries a huge variety of pizzas. It can actually be pretty daunting. It's my goal to find the best one out there, so come on and join me right here on Moon Pie.
Hey everyone, sorry if I'm not my usual self today. It's a bit of a bummer on the moon. My favorite moonball team just lost the moon championship game. I didn't have any moon bucks on the game, but I was really emotionally invested. I mean, you follow a team for 378 moon games, not missing a single one, mind you, and then they just shit the bed in the last game of the year. They didn't even look like the same moonball team I watched all year in 12 days. Oh well. Here's this week's pizza. Okay, we're back. We got a pizza cooked. This one I actually picked specifically because I want to raise my spirits after what I told you happened earlier. This pizza, Vito and Nick's 2 sausage, it's actually one of my favorite pizzas. The regular pizzeria. This actually started as a pizzeria. They also do frozen pizza now. Back when I was on Earth, living in Chicago, I loved Vito and Nick's. There was a couple. There was Vito and Nick's and Vito and Nick's 2. I'm not going to get into the history of it. A couple locations. But in general, it's to me the best example of Chicago thin tavern-style pizza. I know most people think deep dish when they think Chicago. Deep dish is fine. People who live in Chicago don't eat it a lot, though. The more common pizza is tavern-style. You'll know tavern-style by very thin, cracker-thin crust, got a crunch to it. Cut in these little squares. I actually cut this one in very tiny squares, Vito and Nick style. Anyone who's been there knows that. They come in very small squares. We're going to cut to a graphic where I'm going to explain, a little bit more about tavern style and where it came from, because I feel not enough people know about it.
Chicago tavern-style pizza doesn't get the media coverage its more famous cousin Chicago deep dish gets, but in reality, it's more prevalent throughout the city. Tavern-style pizza is known for its thin, cracker-style crust and square-cut pieces. Most taverns didn't have a kitchen, so they would get a small countertop pizza oven and cook these quick and easy thin pizzas. Cutting the pizza into small squares meant they could put one on the bar where everyone could easily grab a piece or two.
Okay, now that you know about what style pizza this is, and that it is actually one of my favorite pizzas from back in the days on Earth, it's kind of got a lofty goal to live up to, but I'm pretty excited about it. Need some spirit lifting today. Let me cleanse the palate a little bit. And remember to put on my crust reds today. Hope this one's good. Right off the bat, it's got some of the same flavors. One thing I'll say, it seemed to be like a partial cooked. It came in the crust, if you've had Vito Nick's, the crust gets all kind of black around the edges. It's real thin, cooks up real nice. It was already like that. So I think they do a partial cook and then they send it out and you finish it off in your oven. That's great. That helped kind of capture some of it. I'm getting that in the crust there. What I'm having an issue with here is actually the sauce. It's a lot thicker right here than it is when you get it at the pizzeria. It doesn't have a good flavor. I'm not gonna lie. The sauce is it's almost creamy. I'm not liking it. The sausage too. I love their sausage. They got they have to make their own or get it from somewhere local. It's great. It cooks up so moist and it's got a great flavor. It almost gets crunchy on the top when they cook it. Sausage on this, these huge, weird chunks. I don't know. When I was cutting it, they were flying all over the place. It's got no flavor. It's this big chunk of gray nothing. It's really disappointing. I love their sausage. This isn't Vito and Nick's sausage you'd get at the pizzeria. That's not the same sauce. The only thing I can say, I'm going to take another crust bite here. The outer edge of the crust, which came, like I said, cooked how they would cook it, that's the best part. That's the only part that reminds me, and I might be able to tell what this pizza is. That, and there's plenty of like oregano and parsley or whatever they use on the top sprinkled on. You get a little bit of that. Kind of another thing you would know if you've been to the pizzeria. They put a lot of that on there. Gives it a great flavor. I see that more than I taste it, though. Really, the only thing that comes close to being Vito and Nick's is the outer edge of the crust, and it's still not as good. It's actually just as big of a disappointment as the Moonball game. So this day's just turned into shit. Let's go to the verdict. Okay. I don't know. Fucking 3.